What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today I'm going to be going over my deck profile for Alphamon X-antibody decks. You know, that whole 9 yards, one of the best decks in format, so let's dive into the video and talk about it. So first off, let's talk about the Digitama. We have 4 Doromon. This card is basically your draw. So when one of your effects places a Digi-Evolution card under this Digimon, draw a card. So basically, we like it for the draw advantage. And this is going to be the only Digitama we play. Anything else would be a hindrance. So we're not going to play anything else. Next, let's talk about the rookies, shall we? First off, we have Doromon. This card is just straight up gas for us because this card lets us extend our place because of the effect here. And that is when one of your effects places a Digi-Evolution card under this Digimon, gain a memory. This extends our plays massively. And then on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with X-antibody in its traits and 1 Coda among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. Cycling, filtering, we need it all. And that really does help out. Then we have 4 Rayudamon. Rayudamon is just one of those cards that we need. This card does the same thing as our Duruman, but reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with X-antibody in its trait, and 1 Yuja among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. Then while this Digimon has X-antibody in its trait, this Digimon gains Decoy. So that's what we're going to be using it. It helps protect our boss Digimon. Importantly, there's more stuff to worry about in this format. Then we are playing 3 Duruman from the new set. This card basically on play, trash 1 card with X-antibody in its traits in your hand, draw 2. So this can get you Ouryuken into trash. Stuff like that might help us extend our plays immensely. So it's just something to look out for. Keep your eyes on the prize kind of status. But this is the rookie lineup I play, and I think it's pretty solid. Let's dive into the champions, shall we? Champion's a little smaller in the card pool, but we are playing 4 Death Derugamon. So this card is basically lets us Digivolve on top of our Derugamon for free. You may trash 1 card with Dexmon or Death X in its name, or X-antibody in its traits from your hand to gain 1 memory. Really useful, very powerful. But when Digivolving, if this Digimon has Derugamon in its Digi-Evolution cards, or is it Digivolve from trash, one of your Digimon gains Retaliation and Blocker. So let us just have Blocker and Retaliation on a big stack. It means they can't swing you with it unless they're willing to trade and lose. Then we have Derugamon. So this card here is the card that you need for Dex Deruga. So while this card has another Digimon in play with X-antibody in its trait, or a card with X-antibody in its trait is in this Digi-Evolution card, this Digimon gains Blocker. So this is our Blocker for the deck. And then all turns when this Digimon has X-antibody in its trait, it gains plus 1000 DP. Depending on the setup during the turn, there might be a few times when we have extra power and we're just going to be swinging in and not worrying about threats. So that is our champion lineup, minus 1 more card. We are playing 1 Grumblemon. So Grumblemon is basically a hybrid game. So that's all we're going to play for champions. Next, let's talk about the ultimates. We are playing Greymon because this is our security checker, but also has a really nasty when Digivolving effect. You may place 1 black card with X-antibody in its traits from your hand at the bottom of this Digi-Evolution cards, which helps trigger most of our effects, to prevent the effects from deleting or reducing its DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. So there's no way of getting around this card. It is very powerful. And that extra security check really applies a number to our opponent's life. And then we are playing 2 Dex Greymon. This card is basically for a 1 cost on top of our Greymon, but you may trash 1 card with Dex or Death X in its name or X-antibody in its trait from your hand, gain 1 memory. Basically free evolution. And then when Digivolving, if this Digimon has Greymon in its Digi-Evolution cards or the Digi-Evolution from trash, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimons 4 or lowers. This helps us get rid of annoying little threats that they might have. So, and those memory blockers can be a real pain in the rear, especially depending on situation. So, it's just how that goes. And we are playing 1 Greymon. So when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Alphamon in its name among them to your hand, and place one card with X antibody traits among them under this Digimon as a bottom Digi-evolution. Trash the rest. And then Greymon, if this Digimon has Alphamon in its name, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 4 or less. This helps out, surprisingly. This is to help get rid of those memory pesky blockers and stuff like that they're going to try to choke you on. And especially having a small out besides this really does help out. I think it's a very perfect strategy, especially if you want to gain memory later. And then we are playing 3 Ouryuken. Ouryuken's pretty solid here because when Digivolving, you may place one card with X antibodies traits from your hand under this Digimon with as its bottom Digi-evolution card. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 7 or less, so most ultimates can go bye-bye. Your turn, when one of your Digimon effects places a Digi-evolution card under this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP and cannot be deleted by your opponent's effects until the end of the opponent's next turn. So it has a little small, what would we call it, protection. And then end of the attack, if this Digimon has Alphamon in its name, unsuspend it. So this is where our combo comes in. He's going to let us basically restand our Alphamon, get those extra security checks, and apply more pressure. Very useful in my opinion. We are playing 3 of the new Alphamon. Alphamon is a rare this time around, but when Digivolving, place one card with X antibody traits from your trash under this Digimon as a bottom Digi-evolution card. Really helps, especially if you toss your Ouryuken. It gets it ready to pull it out. And then when your turn, when an effect places a Digi-evolution card under this Digimon, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. You can't bring it past the 3, but that's fine because that means our opponent's big boy might be small enough for us to just swing in and not care. And then that is our level 6 lineup. Only 6 level 6. And then 3 level 7s. And that is Alphamon Ouryuken mode. So it can Digivolve for the cost of 3 with an Alphamon with an Ouryuken in its Digi-evolution card. Really helps out. But if not, it's just a 7 cost. End of turn, you may return up to 7 non-Digi-Egg cards with X antibody traits from the Digi-evolution cards to the bottom of your deck in any order. If you do, gain 1 memory for each card returned. And he has a pop ability, which really does help out because it deletes all your opponent's Digimon the highest play cost. So, really solid. I think it's going to be one of those formidable decks of the format, and that's just because of how consistent it is. And then we do have 4 Cool Boy. Why 4 Cool Boy? Because this card is basically a 2 cost. Look the top 3 cards. If it's an X antibody card, grab it. And then the option is not in this deck, so we're not playing that. No worries there. But when one of your Digimon digivolves into a same level Digimon as an X antibody trait, you may suspend this tamer, gain 1 memory, draw a card. So the more we have out, the more power we get, and we're not memory blocked with this. Really does help out. And then we do play 3 Yuja. So this card is when one of your Digimon with X antibody trait is moved from breeding area to battle, gain 1 memory, draw a card. Really consistent, another Cool Boy-esque effect. And then when one of your black Digimon with X antibody traits attacks, you may suspend this tamer, place 1 card with X antibody traits from your hand under that Digimon as a bottom Digi-evolution. So depending on what needs to happen, just really does help out. There's sometimes that just go to town with it, right? And then we are playing 1 Coda. Coda is basically our memory setter, and it searches us for an X antibody type for its on play. Sometimes you don't need it. Sometimes it comes up and might be useful to dig you a little deeper. So that is our tamer lineup. Pretty solid there. We have 2 Black Mem Boost. This card is basically to help search for our pieces and then delay gain 2 memory. Extending our plays is really important. Then we are playing 2 Breath of the Gods because if you're facing anything with blue, they might have bounce mechanics. So, and sometimes you don't have the minusing DP protection. That's fine. So this really does help out, gives us reboot, so we get another chance to apply pressure. But if it's hidden security, that'll stop their turn from swinging into us, and that might give us a comeback. So, really important, very powerful. And then we do play 2 Congo. This card is basically shuts down any yellow deck or any theme yellow because this card cannot be... your opponent cannot add cards to their security stack, and that's really cool. But also, until your opponent's end turn, your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 7 or less cannot attack players. So, makes self-protection, but really nice about this card is if you're facing anything that has, let's say, Chaos Degradation in that list, this will give you protection from Chaos Degradation because it cannot put the Alphamon back, so it whiffs, and that's just really powerful all in all. I think this is a pretty solid deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the list. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!